Hi guys, welcome back to The Good, the Bad with Kat. I am Kat, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am so excited for this video. This series is going to be called the Treat Yourself series, okay? And they're going to come few and far between, but it's only because one thing you need to know about me is I'd rather have a lot of cheaper makeup than a couple expensive pieces of makeup. And so I tend to look at the expensive stuff that people talk about and I'm like, okay, I could buy that for this amount, or I could buy these 7 things for that amount. And so I tend to go towards the 7 things because I'd rather have a lot of options than just a few. And so, but it was my birthday last week and I was given some birthday money and I was in Sephora, you know, for your birthday as one would do if you love makeup. And I watched Allie Gines' declutter video during January, and she showed all if you ever watch a declutter and you see all the palettes, and so but hers, for some reason, the way she did it, it really spoke to me. I've saw Tati's and a whole bunch of other ones, but when she showed these palettes, I knew. I had already been looking at them, but the price is really high in my opinion. But they just are so beautiful. And I was like, but I would see them and then I'd be like, for that amount of money, I could get all these other things. And, and I could get, and so that's always been my thing, but it's my birthday. And my husband and I were just like, this is the one time I can do whatever I want and go big. So I treated myself to the Pat McGrath. So I treated myself to the Pat McGrath. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership X Moonlight Seduction eyeshadow palette. It was very expensive, but when you see it, it made me cry. I've been wearing it a couple times. I've been playing with it. So it's just like opening a present. So when Allie Gines did this, I fell in love. And then that's when I knew. I was like, I'm going to have to buy it. So once we agreed, treat yourself. So it looks like this when you open it. This palette weighs so much. Like, it's easily, it's very heavy. And then you open it. Look at how messy my desk is. Guys, look at this. It's so beautiful. I was looking at her Star Wars collection. I really was. I was looking at it, but it had some colors in there that I knew I would never wear. You guys get to see me. Isn't that just Christmas right there? Watching the paper tear off. It is to die for. Let me swatch these 3 in the corner right here and just look how beautiful they are. This is that silvery color. Look how beautiful that is. Here's that gold color. And then here's that greenish burgundy color. Do you see those shimmers? Oh my gosh. And they just go on like, they're like butter. They just play so well. So the last 2 days I've worn them out a couple of times. I've done a few things with them. But I thought it'd be fun in this Treat Yourself series because this is a very expensive palette. For me to get all of my use out of it, I need to really play with it, right? I'm going to go, okay, let me tell you the colors real quick. So it does come with this pretty piece of paper, which is great because I can stick it in here. And so this is Extreme Nocturne. I'm going to use that in the under eye and in the corner. But right now, I think what I want to do is to go into this color, which is Plum Cabaret. The thing is, I will say, there are only 3 mattes. The rest are all shimmers. So I'm thinking this will be my palette that I go to when I get other shimmery things, and then I can use the matte palettes. And then, wow, all of a sudden it feels really dark and sad in my office. And it's really not. Okay. I get frustrated when so I'm going into that Plum Cabaret. I don't even know if this is going to be good because it just feels so dark. But anyway, so I'm going to go across the whole entire, what I'm trying to do is take this and pack it in right here. I'm using an e.l.f. Eye crease brush, and it's okay. Not the best brush I've ever used. So I'm going to switch over to a better brush because I've never had problems getting this color to blend. So this is my Jessup 223 Petite Eye Blender. So there we go. Yeah, so I think it was just that e.l.f. blender. So I'm going in and I am just sticking that all across. But I'm not going to go all the way over, or just a little bit, because I don't want that dark in the inner corner. I want it to transition. So see how I'm blending that? So this is me going back in that pan just a couple of, with minor taps But see how well it just blends? And then I'm going across the lower lash and I'm just putting that in there. I'm just blending that. So I want a very red eye. I'm going to go back into that color and I'm going to start deepening up this outer corner more and more. I just want more and more red right there. So I'm going in and I'm just keeping it very matte. And now I'm going to do that, put that down. And then I am actually going to have to dip into another palette because the other colors are too light. That's not okay. Let me see if I can redeem the e.l.f. brush. I'm going to go into Skin Tense Glow. It's shimmery, but not as shimmery as the other colors. And I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to start putting this into this inner corner and kind of lightening that up. So I want to create a little bit of a gradient on my eye. So I'm taking it especially up on the top where I brought that pink too far over. So I want my eye to look big, but I want it to be like, you know. I'm going to add just a little bit more right here and right here. And I'm using that just to, so it's not super shimmery. So that's interesting. That color's not super shimmery. So now I'm going to go into VR Sexy, which was that beautiful greeny red glow. And I'm going to put it right here in the middle of my eye. You guys see that? Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, I mean, it's just butter. Oh, it's just butter. Now, what that's making me realize is I need to go darker on this end. So good to note. I'm going to take another little brush I have, and I'm going to go into Nocturnal, Extreme Nocturnal. And I'm going to go ahead and add that down here. See how I'm just adding it like a little bit of a line? And then I'll go up and just darken that, this little outer corner. Not too much. I really want it to be, the focus to be on that pinky color. So I'm going to go back in with the Plum Cabaret and now just kind of blend those into each other. So the Nocturnal's just giving the plum just a little bit of weight, but it really is the plummy color that I want. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is take that same brush, go into the Nocturnal, and I'm going to go below my eye and stamp out my waterline. It's going to go a little bit below because this is not the finest brush I've ever used. And that's okay because I'm going to take that Plum Cabaret and smoke it out a little bit. I will go in with my Milani pens eyeliner in a minute and really darken up that. See how I went, it's too far down, and that's okay. I'm going to go in with my Milani and I'm going in with a brown pencil, not a black, and darkening up that Nocturnal line. Gotta go in with a Q-tip real quick with my God Made micellar water and kind of clean up my under eye. So the Nocturnal went way lower than I wanted it to. But now I'm going to take this very fine. Can you guys see that? It's very fine. It back into that Plum Cabaret. And I'm going to use it to go right over the Nocturnal to kind of smoke it out and make it redder. You're probably thinking, well, why'd you do that? Well, because I don't want it to be fully brown. I want it to be reddish brown. So I don't want it to be completely red. I don't want it to be completely brown. So you're going to use both colors so you get a reddy brown. I love it. Okay, and then I just bought, and I've been really impressed with it. I used it earlier. I got this Wet n Wild Pro Line Felt Tip Eyeliner. So I'm mixing very cheap makeup with very expensive makeup, and it works. And I'm going to go in from half my eye, and I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a line. Just a little bit more. I think what I'm going to try to do now is take that Milani and smoke out the inside. than my new thing smoking out the inside of my eye. And then I'm going to go Industrial Lilac Aura, and I'm going to go on top with my finger and add a little bit more to give it just a little bit more on that side. Oh, that plays, because this is a very cool shift and the other was a little bit warmer, so I went over what I had done, the skin tone glow, with that aura, and it just gives such a beautiful shift, so it kind of creates a cool thing. Now, should we try to be brave? No. No. I was going to see if I could do an false lashes. I'm going to go do this other eye real quick, and then I'll be back to talk. Okay, so I have the other eye done. And now I'm going to just try to figure out what I want to do. I was thinking this is such a potent eye that maybe, just maybe, I would go ahead and, words are hard when you can't think of them, putting on some false lashes, but I don't know how to do that, so that's a whole nother video. So we'll have to figure that out. I am going in with an I'm Blushing 2-in-1 Cheek and Lip Tint from Palladio. And the reason why I'm going into this is I'm trying to stick with the cooler colors, and this has a lot of shimmer and it's very, very pink. So I want my face now to be cooler, and I just, honestly, this stick makes me very happy. Makes me think of some of the really shimmery blushes that are out, and I got this at the Sally's. Anyway, I think what I do want to do is I'm going to go into the telescopic mascara. I've been playing with this for about 2 weeks, and I really do enjoy it. So the thing with the telescopic is you have to go in with the flat side and lay the product down. That's the theory. And then use the other side to do that. Now, I have found that my eye was open too long, so I needed to close it. Not to go back in with the flat side and put more product on it. Just re-dip and then use the second and third layer. Just use the edgy. That's what I found. If you keep putting the flat side up, you start to get more clumps. Let that sit for a minute and dry. I'm just gonna put Pillow Talk on. I feel like my eyes are. I got this Pillow Talk lip balm for Christmas, and this is, I shared before on this channel, I am not the biggest lipstick fan, but I love this stuff. A little bit of a balm so you're not super dried out. And I'm going to go into the pink for my cheeks. So there's a pink and a gold. And a little bit more, I don't need it, but if you know anything about me. And then I'm going to go into the white and kind of do a mix with the silver. And I kind of put that here on my forehead. And then I'm going to go in with my finger with the white and go down my nose to the tip of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with the very tip and put that into the right. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do, and you can do this with a tiny little one like this, into my inner corner. And I'm kind of smearing it. I'm going in with this and not the Pat McGrath stuff, because the Pat McGrath has a little bit bigger sparkles and I don't want those. You can see how that little shimmer on the inside kind of pops the eye. I'm going to set it and forget it. I'm going to use my Urban Decay All-Nighter. I'll fix my under eyes later. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm going to go back into the Pat McGrath palette multiple times to see how many looks we can create. And then I have a second Pat McGrath palette coming that was on huge discount, and that'll be here later in this week. And so we're going to do the Treat Yourself. So anytime I use really high-end product, I'll come on here and be like, it'll be a part of the Treat Yourself series. But I hope you know that you are seen and you are loved, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye. See you in the next one.